Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Here with a fun one. This is a Teamer Mirror March Elementals deck. Before we get to the deck itself, I just want to give a quick kind of programming note for the channel. Thanks to Wizards, I will be invited in the Streamer Early Access event for Theros Beyond Death this upcoming Wednesday, January 15th? 15th. So I will be streaming all day. I believe it opens up around 10 or 11 Eastern time in terms of the kind of standalone platform. So we'll be playing Brews all day. Going to start off with Mono Black Devotion because it's going to be my hopefully go-to deck for this new standard. But I'll play a whole bunch of different decks. We've got some Brews, posted some already on the Aether Hub. I'm going to spend this weekend trying to put together some more. I will put a post on my YouTube in terms of the community page. If you have any brews that you'd like to see, I'm welcome to kind of take a look. Put it in like Goldfish or Aether Hub format so I can easily export it. But looking to play decks pretty much all day. I'll have all that content. If you can't tune in live on Twitch, I'll have it up on YouTube over the next couple days after I edit it all. But really exciting. Get to play with the new cards before they drop officially. Getting a fresh new take on standard. So now that that's out of the way, we can go through to this deck here. So this is a best of one deck, and basically it is one of my kind of pet decks from seasons past. It was what I used to play as like kind of the closeout deck on stream sometimes, or just like when I just wanted to have some fun. So it's an Elementals deck, but playing Mirror March. So Mirror March is a 6-mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you flip a coin until you lose. For every coin that you won, you make a copy of that creature, it gains haste, and then you exile it at the end of the turn. So basically what you want to try to do is get like a bunch of Risen Reefs out, get a bunch of card draw or land drops. With Wild Overgrowth Elemental, you gain a bunch of life or put a bunch of counters. If you make enough Creeping Trailblazers, they all anthem themselves and make them quite big. You could get Cloudkin Seer to draw a bunch of cards. A bunch of Cavalier of Flames. But what you can also do is with Omnaths, for every Omnath you get, they all enter the battlefield at the same time. They see each other. So although it's a legendary rule, before that triggers, before the legendary rule triggers and you have to sacrifice, you get all those stacks. So like I've got like 5 or 6 of these Omnaths out at the same turn. So you like 25, 30 your opponent in one shot. So it's kind of combo killy that way. You also have Thunderkin Awakener, which can get back like Cloudkin Seers, Risen Reefs each turn to kind of recycle value like that. And then we got some Neoforms to find our Risen Reefs, which kind of allows us to ramp up in terms of the engine. And then we got a couple Leafkin and Paradise Druid as ramp. Paradise Druid is a nice way to fix our colors as well. Mana base is all the duels and 4 basics. It's pretty much a deck. It's a best of one deck because it's kind of gimmicky. It is definitely a deck that loses to itself more than it loses to your opponent. Mirror March is a card that plays incredibly well or absolutely horrible, depending on how your flips go, but we're going to hope for some luck today. Friday, feeling a little lucky, so we'll see how it goes. So while this loads up, as always, if you enjoy the content, want to show your support for the channel, if you subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch, both are free and easy. If you're on YouTube, if you hit that like button or drop a comment, just let me know what you think of the video or anything in general. It just helps with the algorithm. All are free ways to help out the channel, just kind of get some attention in that case there. And then as always, with Theros Beyond coming out, if you are purchasing your cards from TCG Player, do have an affiliate link in the video description on YouTube. Click that link, follow below, just lets them know that I sent to you from the channel. It helps out the channel and you get some sweet cards. This hand is a keep. So we're going to scry on 1, Paradise on 2, and then double drop, yes please. Double drop Elementals the following turn to get 2 triggers. So really this should get us ahead on mana. I played this deck a bit on stream yesterday. In game 1, we got to turn 3 Mirror March and then had like a bunch of Elementals in hand, and our opponent had Assassin's Trophy, which just kind of spoiled all our fun. Okay, so we Risen Reef here. This might be Flash, might be Ramp. Okay, so it's flash. Interesting. So this is like a budgety version, it looks like. So I'm actually going to play out the Leafkin here, because if they have a counter... Okay, so they don't. If it's a land that's untapped... Okay, so since it's not an untapped land, we'll just play it out like that. Because if it was an untapped land, then I want to play out the other Risen Reef. I'll just play this out. Okay, so opponent's just going to concede there. It was a flash deck that seems like it's budget, so they weren't able to. Like some of the draws, like if the opponent can't interact with Risen Reef, you can gain quite a bit of value just playing the cards like throughout, and you can just get the beater draws. The deck is very weak to Clarion, so be mindful against Jeskai. Jeskai Fires, or the Jeskai Control deck like we played on the channel or has been going around. Most of your stuff is pretty small, so you tend to have it blow up that way. Alright, let's queue up. Yeah, we can keep this hand. The Neoforms are to find like key pieces, like Omnath when you have Mirror March out, or an early Risen Reef. If you play the deck, the games you have Risen Reef out and the games you don't are quite dramatically different. This is an aggro deck, so I'm not crazy about having to shock myself. Okay, so it looks like Stompy. They likely don't attack. Take that trade. Okay, so we got the Mirror March. That's great. Yeah, I think we probably just want to keep hitting our line drops. If we could get Mirror March out, then it's pretty solid for us. Opponent's playing Kiora. Wonder if they just untap the troll here. They don't. So I think we just do Cloudkin here. And because we can't play another spell, let's just go Breeding Pool tapped here. Not going to block, so let's just put a point of damage there. You know what I probably should have done to the opponent? They're not really going to use this for more than just kind of either ramping or just the card draw. Oh, they got Wicked Wolf. So we are going to take a hit next turn, but we can gain some life back with Overgrowth Elemental. Five drop, likely not Nisa. That's actually pretty scary. One, two, three, four, five, six. So the question here is, do we go this and then shock for Omnath? Or do we play this, draw a bunch of cards, Overgrowth Elemental? I think we try to go Omnath Plan. Well, that's how you lose the game. Because we were hoping for multiples to gain life. I think we're dead this turn. Let's just go opponent. So we only get the one. That was a poor flip. I block, we're dead. So we're hoping for better flips. And like I said, this is the way the deck can lose to itself. You are at the whim of the coin flips. We'll run through a couple more. Hoping for those big turns. Probably would have been better if we had Risen Reef out that turn. We'll keep this hand. Between Risen Reef, like we have 3 lands and the Ram from Leafkin. This is Jund. This might be Fires, or Niv Fires. That's very aggressive. So the nice thing here is, even if they kill this with Awakener, land destruction. Okay. So here, let's play you out. Play you out. I want to save the Awakener so that way we can have something to get back. No sense of attacking here. It's actually a pretty interesting matchup just from... It took us off blue mana, so I think we do need the Paradise Druid this turn. I want to be able to drop another Risen Reef next turn, get multiple triggers. This board gets like wrecked by Flame Sweep. I wonder if they're playing Ritual Asset. We should probably try that. Fire's line destruction. Do they have Casualties of War? It's not even that good because you just get rid of like Risen Reef and a land. Clankbridge Troll. At the beginning of combat, do you have haste? Think we just kill him here? And we got Mirror March to follow up. So I can either play Paradise Druid, but that's 6, 8, 11. I think we just play out the Paradise Druid. Oh, they get to draw a card. And gain life. I haven't really played against this at all. That's fine. Do we have... How many do we make? Why don't you let us flip? Kind of cool deck by the opponent. So this one is a little memey compared to what we normally play. Taking a break, the latter times can be a little taxing. When you're trying to focus every single game, like every single turn, like this, just let Risen Reef live its former glory. Deep. This game's pretty like this deck's pretty much have Risen Reef in your opener. Okay, this can be some sort of budget deck. Mana base wise, can be control. Could be blue-white flyers. Mill? So what like this because I want the tap land. We're good for lands now. Fairy's fine. Like resetting our Risen Reef gives us free value. Actually, what I might do here is just Omnath. Get the fairy off the board. This puts a counter. Just differentiate our threats. Next turn I'll have 6 mana, so then I can double Risen Reef. Oh, they got a Mirror March. This does make these Thunderkin Awakeners a lot better. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Risen Reef number 1. Ooh, that's good with Wild Growth next turn. Let's just pop this on Risen Reef. Actually, I should have put it on Omnath so Omnath could attack through. I want to kind of hit a land here, so even if this dies with like a board wipe next turn, we can play out the Mirror March. Okay, cool. So we're guaranteed Mirror March next turn. Also, once you have 8 lands, Omnath draws you cards. In this matchup, it's actually not that good because they're playing mill. Opponent with the so tiny. He's so tiny. What happened to our Omnath? It's so tiny. Jace, forcing some more mill. So it's, hey Denny, how's it going? So how much mana do we have here? So that's 2. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So do I have another Risen Reef? Yeah, I have one more Risen Reef in the deck. So I'm going to Neoform. Omnath. I'm going to get Cavalier. Whole bunch of triggers. No, because if they died, we also got the land triggers off them. I don't want to draw any cards, so it's fine. Just attack. It doesn't even make sense to attack. Okay, so if we can survive one more turn, our board state's pretty solid. Omnath deals 5 damage right now. Cavalier also gives us haste, and okay, so they have time wipe. It's not bad, it gets rid of that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. 8. Okay, so I gotta kind of watch out with Cloudkin because it's against Mill. Man, these these flips have been awful to us. I think we gotta kind of go after Jace here. So first one triggers 2 damage. Oh my god, we're just not winning any flips. There was 3 that we had that we didn't win a single one. Thunderkin Awakener would have been nice. Alright, give me something. Okay, we got a couple wins here. Let's put it on the one that's gonna survive. Omnath. Not a single Omnath trigger. No lands. We want action. Draw lands. We're at 17 cards. Opponents used 2 board wipes. We do gain some life. Oh no, but they get exiled, so it doesn't. That was a nice refill from the opponent. I'm worried that we're going to cast Cloudkin Seer and then mill out our deck. Like that's going to be the flip we win out of any of them. Cavalier in the bin is kind of awful. And then just drawing a bunch of 1-drops. Alright, Cloudkin, what do you got? Neoform. So what do I got left in the deck? 2 Cavaliers are gone. 1 Thunderkin. 2 Thunderkin, 3 Thunderkin, 4 Thunderkins. All my Risen Reefs. So I probably don't have much left. Just put it like this. They just block a couple times. 7 cards. Can we push through enough damage? Let's see what we got left in the deck. Okay, so all I have is a Paradise Druid and a Leafkin Druid, so this is what we're dealing with right now. Drowned Secrets probably gets us there. Double Drowned Secrets. So that's 6 cards. Man, if we just like hit a flip. Yeah, opponent got us. It's one of those ones where, like I said from the forefront, we'll lose to ourselves more than we lose kind of to the opponent if we hit any more of those Omnath draws or anything like that. We had 3 cards cast in unison. Like the Cavalier one, if we hit any of those, we had 5 lines in our graveyard. So each one of our Cavaliers dying would have triggered, I believe, unless the Exile gets around it. Actually, they would have been exiled, so we wouldn't have. But still, you would have had like 6/5 hasters that turn, which would have pushed through some damage. We'll run this one more, see how it goes. This one will be a quick one because it's best of one. We're not spending as much time like sideboarding and stuff. Let's see what we got. Yep. Pretty much. If I can play Leafkin. So I'm doing this because I want the blue mana without shocking. It's also a good blocker, Leafkin. This looks like mono black aggro. Might be Rakdos, just missing colors. Main board Legion's End. Sure. Probably just go red mana here, play out the Risen Reef. Next turn, I'm probably going to go Overgrowth. So if they kill Risen Reef, then I'll play out the Thunderkin Awakener. And then post attacks. Target opponent reveals a hand. You choose a non-line card from it. That player discards a card. You may put a card that has a venture that player owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Okay. That was a lot of text. Okay, so we got Neoform as a following turn. I don't think we want that. 1's sufficient, 2's unnecessary. I may play out. Okay, so now we're playing Awakener. Just attack with Awakener. They're kind of incentivized to block there. That's why I did that. And now I can... I think we actually shock. Because I want to try to get closer to Mirror March. Another Overgrowth Elemental is not bad, considering that this is a... I can't tell if it's discard or aggressive deck. Because like Gutter Bones, are you playing it defensively, but you have to deal damage in order to trigger it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana is available. Okay, looks like some sort of discard deck. So let's do this. And then I'm gonna... So I'm doing this for the attack bonus. We get an extra point of damage in. And then I'm going to Neoform this to get Risen Reef. Then we'll play Overgrowth Elemental number 2. Put it on the flyer, and that gives us some card advantage and pretty much grind them out that way. Okay, that one was pretty quick. We'll do one more. No Mirror March that game. I want to kind of get a Mirror March chain going. That's when the fun happens. Kind of like hesitant to play this in ranked just because there's a lot of fires going around. Also, one thing that like questing beasts is a problem for the deck. We have so many like 1 power, 2 power. It's kind of a synergy build your deck wide deck. So you play like 3 mana Risen Reef, they stomp it, kind of feels bad. But like as a fun deck, it's there. Like I do enjoy as a more relaxing kind of style. If you're going in with like ultra competitive, I wouldn't say this is that deck. It's a little bit more of a beatdown hand. I think we keep it. Bin that, so put it on target elemental you control. So this is blue-white flyers. So we are going to have a difficulty in terms of hitting our opponent or like blocking our opponent. We also don't really have removal, and our mana base this game is very painful. So I opted to go Trailblazer here because I'm going to go Overgrowth Elemental this turn, and then I can double. Overgrowth only puts the counter on... Ooh, Omnath's good. Omnath can at least shoot down a Healer Hawk, or if they have like a Lord. Yeah, so Omnath coming down next turn. And drawing a basic is great there. Our life total is pretty low. Oh, we're just dead. Blue-white does that to ya. 3 mana, turn 4. Can go one more. The deck is nothing but quick. Win or lose, we play two games in 6 minutes. Blue-white's the deck that always beats me, but as soon as I pick up like the blue-white flyers, I always get trumped. Like, it just gets outclassed pretty quickly. So for our deck that's kind of slow and clumsy, then yeah, going 1-drop evasive and then 2 1-drop evasives into a Lord. This hand, we can turn 3 Omnath on the play, so maybe. And we noticed that last game too. Are we playing the same guy? Alright, this time we're on the play. So I do think this go around. I'm just going to go Cavalier next turn, so let's just play out the Awakener. It's a weird draw. If we had blue mana, then I would have Neoformed, but Omnath right now actually can't kill anything but a Healer Hawk. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. Because I want to take this off because of Cavalier. But I should have played the land first. Because then I put a counter on the Thunderkin Awakener. It's an easy take here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any land gets Cavalier. Any untapped line gets Cavalier to activate this turn. Really weird mana base this game. I just don't want to play out like a non-hasty Cavalier just to have them exile it. They hit for 4. So I think we play out Cavalier here. Another Omnath's actually not bad. So they have the option that they can double block. We're dead to a rally here, which I'm like 1,000% sure they have, because why not have rally? Second Lord also gets us. Yeah. The draw was too clunky. The next to no removal, solely ground-based deck does not do well against the ultra heavy. And like the reason we're not playing Cavalier Thorns is if you hit a lot of coin flips, it can actually mill your entire deck. And because it exiles, not sacks, we'll keep this. Watch, this game is the game we're not going to have red mana. And we're going to get board wiped with... So I kept the lands. Ooh. Okay. See you, opponent. Alright, so we got a showdown. The fact we have Risen Reef bodes very well for us. So I'm actually going to go Trailblazer this turn and then Neoform it for a another Risen Reef. Is that Omnath? Okay. Our life total is a little precarious. So maybe we just play it safe. You don't actually do anything in terms of blocking. You have Death Touch. Let's just make you chunkier. So I'm going to take the hit this turn. That's 7. Because next turn this taps for 2 mana. So I can play out both Mirror March and I can Neoform this for Omnath. Or we draw Omnath. Or are we short of mana? We are. Okay, so let's take a turn off then. Let's go Trailblazer here. Then we have another land on top, so if we go another Trailblazer, that's probably fine. So they do put a third from the top. So maybe we should have taken a flyer off. I can Neoform this for Risen Reef. Let's see if they want to block here. Kind of just want to gain the life. And it takes some flyer power off the battlefield. Let's just do Neoform here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So next turn I can mirror. Oh, okay, our opponent is playing the same deck as us. Oh, what are you doing? No! Why'd you concede? It's actually pretty funny. I wonder if they were watching this stream. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. As mentioned at the start of the video, I will be part of the streamer event on Wednesday, January 15th, thanks to Wizards. So if you do have any Theros Beyond Death decks you'd like to see, do drop a comment on my YouTube channel in the community page. Thanks for stopping by and have a great one.